welcome to the Chirp YouTube channel. I am Christy, your friendly online speech-language pathologist, specialist in children's communication development, and also behavior, because behavior is a type of communication. This is another quick tip video. I'm trying to throw these in here in between our other series so that if you have limited time, or if you're very much a beginner in the area of children's development, these quick tips are going to be more helpful for you than an ongoing series that's a little bit more in depth and that you have to kind of keep up with to make sure that you're watching in the right order. Today's quick tip has to do with not asking questions. Asking questions? No. Commenting? Yes. Commenting. That's what this video is about. Asking questions is not in itself a terrible thing. Of course, sometimes we have to ask questions. We have to ask kids macaroni or rotini. We have to ask kids green apple or red apple. These are great types of questions for encouraging children to express their preferences, to develop preferences, and then to express them to other human beings. Those type of questions are excellent. We need to give kids lots of choices, especially kids with behavior challenges, because the more choices they have, the more in control they feel, and therefore the less likely they are to act in ways that we don't prefer in order to feel powerful. However, the type of questions that I am declaring illegal are the questions we already know answers to. For example, what color is this pencil? Is this a duck or a dog? We ask these questions to kids all the time, and frankly, it's offensive. Kids know that I already know that that is a duck and this is a blue pencil. Even if the child doesn't know, the child is aware that I do know, and therefore, why would the child answer that question? Why would the child expend energy answering a question, mental energy and physical energy, answering a question that isn't meaningful because the poser of the question already knows the answer? Why would I answer that question? The answer is I would not. I would just be quiet or ignore you altogether. The way that we want to help kids with labeling and with commenting is to label and comment. We need to model these things for kids. So for example, if I am taking a walk with a young friend and I see a beautiful flower, I'm not going to say, "What's that? What's that?" and try to elicit some language from the child. I'm going to model. I'm going to be very excited to see this beautiful flower, and I'm going to say, "Oh, flower." Now, as discussed in the last quick tip video, if the child is using 0 words, this child is nonverbal. Or if the child is using 1 word, I am allowed to use only 1 to 2 words. If the child is nonverbal, I stick with 1. If the child is at 1 word, then I can use 2. This is all that is allowed. Anything else is not allowed. So if I'm walking with a child who is using 1-word phrases, I could say, "Pretty flower." I could use a descriptive word. Or I could use a noun plus verb organization, and I could say, "Flower growing." These are the kind of comments that are going to encourage our kids to comment in return. Commenting is a very social behavior, and our kids don't learn it as easily as they learn requesting, because requesting has a motivation. There's a cookie at the end of it, or a particular toy that the child loves. And we will talk about requesting and encouraging requesting in an upcoming video. But commenting, I'm not going to stand in line next to a stranger at Target. Probably. This might happen. But let's see, I see a lady in an absolutely gorgeous outfit. If I'm standing next to my mom or my friend, I probably would say, wow, look at that woman's beautiful outfit. But if I'm standing next to a stranger, I'm probably not going to comment like that, because commenting is a social thing that we do with people we have built a relationship with, which is why it's very important that we model commenting to our students or our children, and why we build back and forth reciprocal relationships with our students. We're not there just to spew words at them. We're there to have a back and forth relationship. And commenting is a great part of this. So practice this. This was really hard for me when I first started. I didn't have a lot of experience with kids when I was in graduate school, and I had a rotation in a preschool, and I asked the kids a lot of questions. And that it didn't get me a lot of answers, and it definitely wasn't the best thing for the kids. So I had to practice. If a child is playing with a truck, it's very tempting to ask the child, blue truck or red truck? Is this a blue truck or a red truck? Before giving it to the child. Don't do it. That's one of those illegal questions because you already know the answer. You can ask the child, if you have two trucks, would you like the blue one or the red one? And then when the child answers, give the appropriate truck. But we're not quizzing the child. Don't quiz children. They don't like it. It does not contribute to the relationship, and therefore it doesn't build the kind of trust that you need to build in order to really help a child develop social skills and social communication. Okay, what have we learned? Let me tell you. Do not quiz children with lots of questions. Do comment a lot by labeling or by describing. Labeling is something that is a noun, like sun or tree. And describing is pretty sun, warm sun, green tree. And of course, you can also describe by using a verb, which is an action word, like leaves falling. Those are things that are great to do when you are around a child, especially one who is developing language, because this is how kids learn. I need to add one additional tip, which is that children on the autism spectrum have difficulty developing a point. They don't naturally point sometimes, which means that it's harder for adults to notice where their attention is. If a child points at a dog, I, as the adult in this child's life, am probably going to say, doggy, cute doggy. However, if the child is noticing the dog but doesn't point, oftentimes the adult doesn't say anything and the child doesn't get the same amount of language, short phrases, short words, independent words going in. And I don't know if you know this, but a child needs to have an understanding, a comprehension of at least 500 words in any specific language before the child will start to produce language out. There have to be 500 that go in and that get comprehended before language comes out. This doesn't mean automatically that once the child has a grasp of 500 words that she will start speaking. That doesn't always happen. There are lots of other reasons why kids don't talk verbally. But where I'm going with this is we need to provide lots of labeling and lots of labels for things so that kids can learn those labels and memorize them and be able to call them up when necessary. If you've ever tried to learn a second language, the first words that you will learn are nouns, labeling words. Mother, father, dog, cat, baby. These are pretty much the first words that we learn in any foreign language, and then they teach simple verbs such as jump and run and climb and those kind of things. That's what we want to be labeling for our kids too. So don't only label things like pencil, also label actions like jump. Okay, have we got it? Do not ask illegal questions, and illegal questions are the ones you already know the answer to. Do comment a lot. Label things, describe things. Have we got it? Okay, let's go forth and practice our new skills. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you watching. If you think about it and you would like to, give me a thumbs up, maybe subscribe. Hopefully we can speak again next time.